Stop everything because the hip-hop world just witnessed a meltdown that no one saw coming. Remy Ma, the queen of resilience and strength, has been left in absolute ruins after Eazy the block captain, the very man she trusted, exposed her in a way so brutal, so humiliating, that fans are saying this could be the most shocking betrayal in hip-hop history. What should have been another chapter of dominance turned into a nightmare as Eazy, frustrated and fueled by anger, allegedly leaked personal details that painted Remy in a completely different light. We're talking receipts, shocking claims, and devastating words that left her not only in tears but facing the kind of public humiliation that can shatter reputations overnight. Fans describe this scene as heartbreaking. Insiders say it was messy beyond belief, and the industry is buzzing with whispers that this might have just destroyed one of the most iconic legacies in rap. But here's the real bombshell. Eazy didn't just air her out. He allegedly revealed things so damaging that even Remy's closest allies are questioning whether they can still stand beside her. So the question now is, why did Eazy betray her? And what exactly did he expose? To really understand why Remy Ma's breakdown shook the industry to its core, we've got to rewind. Because this wasn't some random betrayal. No, this was the result of months of tension, whispered rumors, and cracks in an image that once seemed bulletproof. For years, Remy Ma built her reputation as a fighter, not just lyrically, but in life. She came back from prison, reclaimed her career, and alongside Papoose, rebranded herself as hip-hop royalty. To fans, she was untouchable, unbothered, unstoppable. Then along came Eazy, the block captain at first. Their connection was painted as purely professional. Remy, stepping into the battle rap world as a mentor and organizer, took Eazy under her wing. She saw potential in him, believed he had the hunger and charisma to dominate a scene that thrives on blood, sweat, and lyrical kill shots. On the surface, it looked like nothing but business. But behind closed doors, fans began whispering. Every little moment between them was dissected online. The way Eazy would stand too close at events, the sly smirks they shared on camera, the glowing way Remy would introduce him, as if she was doing more than just managing a talent, as if she was protecting something personal. And then came the rumors. Bloggers began hinting that their relationship wasn't strictly professional. Anonymous posts on gossip forums accused them of being too comfortable. Fans noticed that Papoose, once a constant presence by Remy's side, seemed to fade further into the background. People began asking the questions nobody wanted to answer. Was hip-hop's most loyal marriage cracking under the weight of secrets? The tension boiled over one night at an event. Eyewitnesses claimed Papoose confronted Eazy backstage, sparking a heated exchange that almost turned physical. Word spread like wildfire. Papoose wasn't happy, and the whispers about Remy and Eazy weren't just gossip. They were eating away at the empire she and Papoose had built. But here's the thing. Remy never addressed the rumors head-on. She laughed them off in interviews, brushed them aside with sarcasm. But fans noticed the cracks. Her once confident, untouchable aura seemed shaky. The smiles looked forced. The shade thrown online grew sharper. Meanwhile, Eazy's star power grew, and so did the speculation. Some fans accused him of using Remy to climb higher in the industry. Others swore they saw genuine chemistry between them, something deeper than business. Whatever the truth was, one thing was certain. It was messy, and it was escalating. The final straw. Sources claim Eazy felt betrayed, that after everything, the late nights, the loyalty, the unspoken connection, Remy turned her back on him when pressure mounted. Insiders say Eazy felt she chose her image over their bond. And in that moment of anger, he snapped. The exposure that left Remy broken wasn't random. It was revenge. When Eazy allegedly went public, he didn't just air out vague accusations. He dropped receipts, screenshots, messages, claims that made it impossible for fans to look away. And Remy, the woman who built her brand on being unshakable. She cracked. Eyewitnesses say she broke down in private, unable to contain the humiliation. For someone who prided herself on control, The betrayal hit harder than any diss track ever could. Her tears weren't just about what Eazy exposed. They were about what she stood to lose: her reputation, her marriage, her career, and the trust of fans who had crowned her a queen. The stage was set. The perfect storm of betrayal, humiliation, and heartbreak had collided. And what came next would take this scandal from messy to catastrophic. Because, as shocking as Eazy's betrayal was, the first twist in the saga would prove it was only the beginning. The betrayal didn't hit quietly. It came like a sucker punch to the gut, sudden, ruthless, and impossible to ignore. Eazy, the block captain, the man Remy once lifted up, allegedly flipped the script in the dirtiest way possible. During a late-night Instagram Live, one that fans said felt more like a funeral than a freestyle, Eazy started dropping bombshells, and each word he spoke cut deeper than the last. He didn't just hint at betrayal. He didn't dance around it. He laid it out with the kind of venom that made even hardened hip-hop heads gasp. "Y'all think I was just some rapper she helped? Nah, she played me, used me, then left me hanging, and I ain't staying quiet no more." Fans watching the live said their jaws dropped when Eazy allegedly pulled out screenshots of text messages that suggested Remy wasn't just mentoring him. According to the receipts, their relationship had blurred far past professional. The texts showed Remy's words, late-night confessions, emotional promises, and lines that read more like love notes than management advice. One screenshot, circulating within minutes, allegedly read, "I can't let everyone know yet. They wouldn't understand us." Another, even worse, "Don't make me choose, please." The chat exploded. Viewers flooded the comments, spamming "exposed, not Remy," and "Papoose doesn't deserve this." Twitter lit up instantly, with clips of the live spreading faster than wildfire. But here's where the twist made everything darker. Eazy wasn't just airing out texts. He hinted at video evidence. In the middle of his rant, he smirked at the camera and said, "If they keep calling me a liar, I'll show y'all the video. Y'all ain't ready for that one." The threat was enough to send fans spiraling. What kind of video? Was it personal? Was it proof that everything people suspected about him and Remy was true? The speculation nearly broke the internet. Meanwhile, insiders claimed that Remy was in complete meltdown mode behind the scenes. Multiple sources close to her said she was sobbing uncontrollably, screaming at her phone and begging Eazy to stop. One insider said she wasn't just mad. She was broken. She kept saying, "Why would he do this to me?" Her team scrambled to spin the story, but it was too late. The receipts were already out there. The damage was done. And Papoose, the man who had been holding it down for years, the one who endured endless rumors and shade, he stayed silent, deadly silent. His silence was louder than a diss track, louder than any denial Remy could have made. Fans swarmed his socials, commenting, "Say something, Pap," and "Don't let them play you like this." But nothing came. Just silence. That silence only fueled the flames. Bloggers began speculating that Papoose had already left, that he'd packed his bags and walked away long before the public meltdown. Some even claimed he had been tipped off weeks earlier and was simply waiting for the truth to come out. But then came the wildest revelation yet. A leaked phone call allegedly surfaced, a recording of Eazy venting to a friend before his live stream. In it, his voice can be heard saying, "She promised me things she couldn't deliver. I ain't gonna be her secret anymore." That call confirmed what fans feared most. This wasn't just pettiness. This was a full-blown war between two people who had crossed a line they could never walk back from. The fallout was immediate. Memes exploded, with one viral edit showing Remy with mascara-streaked tears and the caption, "When your protege turns into your prosecutor." TikTok creators mocked up fake courtroom edits, casting Eazy as the lawyer, cross-examining Remy with receipts. But while the internet laughed, the industry whispered. Promoters began questioning whether Remy would even be welcome at upcoming shows. PR insiders speculated that her endorsements were on the chopping block, and rival rappers, particularly female ones who had long battled her for dominance, sharpened their claws. One tweeted, "That's what happens when you forget who you really are." The betrayal had done more than break Remy down emotionally. It had put her entire legacy under fire. And here's the first big twist. While fans focused on the texts and the alleged video, insiders whispered that there was another layer of betrayal. That Eazy wasn't working alone. That someone inside Remy's own camp, someone close, someone she trusted, had helped him gather the evidence. If true, this wasn't just about Eazy airing her out. It was about a full-scale takedown from the inside. The stage was set for chaos. Remy wasn't just fighting humiliation. She was fighting for survival. And the next bombshell would prove this was far from over. Because if the text shook her and the video threat terrified her, the shocking reveal that came next would tear her world apart completely. The internet thought it had seen it all after Eazy the blocks live. But the real chaos was only beginning. What started as screenshots and vague promises of a video suddenly spiraled into a full-blown circus of betrayal, leaks, and shocking confessions that nobody, not even Remy herself, was prepared for. By the second day, the screenshots were everywhere. Blogs, gossip sites, and even mainstream outlets were running with the story. The text messages weren't just trending, they were being analyzed line by line. Fans began piecing together timelines, cross-referencing Remy's interviews with the alleged dates of the texts. Some posts went viral claiming she was on TV talking about loyalty the same week she sent this. But while the world was busy decoding the texts, Eazy dropped the next bombshell. In another late-night live. This time joined by a few battle rap associates, he doubled down. "Y'all think I'm lying? I'm holding back to protect her, but she ain't protecting me. They calling me a liar? Bet. I got proof in 4K. And if they keep playing, must show the world." The mention of 4K video sent the internet into meltdown. What exactly did he have? Was it an intimate clip? Was it footage of private moments between him and Remy? Or was it something even more explosive, like proof of conversations about Papoose, about betrayal, about keeping secrets? Rumors flew like wildfire. Some fans swore insiders claimed the video showed Remy and Eazy together in a hotel lobby. Others whispered it was an actual intimate video. Nothing was confirmed, but the fear on Remy's face, according to those closest to her, said everything. And then came the shocking reveal. Someone from her own inner circle allegedly leaked confirmation that the video existed. According to reports from gossip blogs, a stylist who had been working closely with Remy spoke to an anonymous outlet, claiming she knew the video was out there. She begged him to delete it months ago. He said no. That's why she's panicking now, because she knew this day would come. The stylist's claims changed everything. Suddenly, this wasn't just an angry man spouting lies. This was calculated. It's premeditated exposure, and Remy had allegedly been terrified of it for months. The betrayal was layered, not just from Eazy, but from someone inside her own camp feeding the fire. Meanwhile, the industry couldn't stay quiet any longer. Charlemagne, the god, went on The Breakfast Club and called it the ugliest mess hip-hop has seen in scurry. Joe Budden dedicated an entire podcast episode, saying if the video exists, it's a wrap. We won't be talking about Remy as a rapper anymore. We'll be talking about her as a cautionary tale. Even rivals took shots. Nicki Minaj fans, the Barbs, flooded timelines with memes, pulling up Remy's past diss tracks and captioning them. Funny how the one yelling the loudest is the one hiding the most, but the most. Surprising response came from Fat Joe. For years, he had been Remy's ally, her brother in the industry. But this time, his silence was deafening. Fans spammed his comments, demanding he defend her. He didn't. Instead, he posted a cryptic message. Not everything needs a response. The truth speaks for itself. That line sent shockwaves. Was Fat Joe distancing himself? Did he know more than he was letting on? Back in Remy's world, the meltdown was real. Insiders described her as completely broken, crying, pacing, and begging her team to control the leaks. She allegedly told one friend, "I'll lose everything if that video comes out, everything." But here's the darkest twist of all. An anonymous Twitter account, one that had previously leaked accurate celebrity drama, posted, "Y'all ain't ready for the truth. It's dropping next week. Hashtag Remy video." Whether it was bluffing or not didn't matter. The damage was done. The anticipation of a video release pushed the scandal into nuclear mode. Every blog, every fan, every rival was on edge, waiting for the next shoe to drop, and Papoose, still silent, still refusing to address the chaos. But his silence was starting to look less like dignity and more like distance. Some fans speculated he was already gone. One viral TikTok theorized he's not saying anything because he doesn't have to. The silence is the answer. The escalation was undeniable. What began as whispers turned into screenshots. Screenshots turned into leaks. Leaks turned into a looming video threat. And behind every twist was betrayal stacked on betrayal. But the biggest question remained: if the video existed, what exactly was on it? And who was going to drop it first? Because according to whispers in the industry, it wasn't just Eazy holding it anymore. Multiple people allegedly had copies, which meant Remy wasn't fighting one enemy. She was fighting an army of them. And the cliffhanger is brutal. Is the video about to surface? Will Remy's world implode in front of millions of viewers? Or is there one final card she hasn't played yet? The answer could flip hip-hop upside down. By the time the sun rose on the third day of chaos, it wasn't just a scandal, it was a phenomenon. The streets were talking, blogs were updating by the minute, and hip-hop culture was split down the middle. Social media looked like a battlefield. On Twitter, hashtags like hashtag Remy exposed, hashtag Team EAZY, and hashtag ProtectPap trended side by side. Fans weren't just watching, they were taking sides. Fighting wars in comment sections. One viral thread read, "Let's not sugarcoat this. If the receipts are real, Remy betrayed Pap and humiliated herself. Queens don't move like this." That post racked up nearly 2 million likes, sparking thousands of replies from fans calling her finished. But others weren't ready to cancel her. Defenders fired back with threads highlighting Papoose's silence and Eazy's motives. One user wrote, "Eazy is chasing clout. He waited until she didn't give him what he wanted and then he aired her out. That's not noble. That's weak." That debate alone spun into hundreds of TikTok debates, live duets, and meme wars. Then the industry voices began weighing in. Charlemagne thought God was ruthless on The Breakfast Club, calling the drama the kind of betrayal that rewrites legacies. He added, "You can't build a brand on loyalty and then have your name in text receipts like that." Joe Budden went in on his podcast too, calling Eazy's move both petty and powerful. His exact words: "He just pulled a battle rap move on real life." And in battle rap, exposing somebody's secret is the kill shot. That's what he did to her in front of the whole world. Nicki Minaj's barbs were the loudest online. They flooded Remy's comments with clown emojis, reviving their decade-old feud. One viral tweet from a Barb's fan account read, "Nicki told us years ago Remy wasn't built for this. Guess who was right? Built for this. Guess who was right?" Even Cardi B, who usually stays clear of beef unless she's directly involved, posted a cryptic Insta story of her laughing with the caption, "Karma always spins the block." Fans instantly tied it to Remy. And then came the most shocking reaction of all. Silence from Fat Joe. For decades, he'd been Remy's rock in the industry. But now, when her name was being dragged through the mud, he stayed eerily quiet. His only post during the scandal: a photo of him in the studio with the caption, "Focus." That single word sent fans into a frenzy. Was he distancing himself from her? Meanwhile, battle rap culture erupted. Some fans sided with Eazy, saying he embodied the rawness of the scene by exposing the truth. Others condemned him, accusing him of breaking battle rap code by dragging private business into the spotlight. One battler tweeted, "Keep the personals for the stage." Doing this in real life? That's different. The memes were brutal. Edits showed Remy on trial with Eazy as the prosecutor and Papoose as the silent witness. TikTok creators dramatized the texts into soap opera skits, racking up millions of views in hours. But perhaps the most devastating reactions came from women in the industry. Rising rappers who had once praised Remy now turned their backs. One up-and-coming artist tweeted, "Women supposed to uplift women, not threaten them over men." That post hit headlines because it echoed a narrative fans had already started pushing that Remy's entire queen of respect brand had crumbled. The public wasn't just questioning her loyalty to Papoose anymore. They were questioning her integrity as a woman, a mentor, and an icon. And Papoose's silence, that became its own scandal. Some said he was being strong, waiting to speak when the dust settled. Others insisted silence meant he was done, that he had finally walked away. One fan wrote, "Pap built her empire with loyalty. Watching him walk away in silence is the loudest betrayal of all." The industry reaction solidified one terrifying truth. Remy Ma wasn't just humiliated, she was being abandoned. Slowly, allies were falling back, sponsors were pulling calls, and rivals were celebrating her downfall. But the storm wasn't over, because while the world debated loyalty, betrayal, and humiliation, whispers started to spread about the video again. Anonymous accounts hinted that it wasn't just gossip, that someone had the full clip ready to drop, and when it did, the scandal would reach a point of no return. The entire culture held its breath, waiting, because if the texts broke her and the exposure humiliated her, the video could bury her. Just when fans thought the scandal had peaked, the final twist exploded online, and it was darker than anyone expected. The whispers about a video, they weren't whispers anymore. Late on a Sunday night, an anonymous Twitter account, the same one that teased #Remy video, dropped a 10-second teaser clip. Grainy, filmed from what looked like a hotel security camera, the footage allegedly showed Remy and Eazy entering together, side by side, heads down, trying not to be seen. It wasn't intimate, but it was damning enough. The implication was clear. The receipts weren't just texts. There was physical proof that the internet imploded. TikTok lit up with edits titled, "The video is real," while Twitter flooded with comments like, "She can't deny this anymore." Within minutes, #Remy Hotel was trending worldwide. But here's the kicker. Insiders claimed this was just a teaser, that a full-length video existed showing much more than just walking into a hotel. And the person holding it? Not Eazy, not the girlfriend. Someone even closer. According to whispers, the betrayal came from within her own circle. A former associate, allegedly angry at being cut off, leaked the teaser as revenge, which meant Remy wasn't just battling humiliation from Eazy, she was being sabotaged by the very people she thought were protecting her. The fallout was instant. Industry insiders called it career suicide on camera. Blogs declared, "The queen has fallen." Even longtime allies went silent, fearing guilt by association, and Remy herself. Insiders say she completely broke down, sobbing, screaming, collapsing under the weight of betrayal. One friend described her as a shell of herself. Not the Remy we know, but the cliffhanger is brutal. Will the full video drop and bury her forever? Will Papoose finally speak and end the silence that's killing fans with suspense? Or is Remy planning her own counterattack, ready to expose those who betrayed her before the world turns its back completely? The only certainty, the next chapter will be even uglier. Because if this teaser shattered her, the full video could end her. And now the entire hip-hop world is holding its breath. Did Eazy, the block captain, just deliver the most savage betrayal we've seen in years? Did Remy Ma really let her guard down so far that her own protege could destroy her with texts, calls, and now even video evidence? Or is this all a setup, a masterclass in clout chasing gone wrong? One thing is undeniable. The humiliation has cut deeper than any diss track ever could. We've seen rappers survive beef, jail, and scandals. But can Remy survive this? Can she rebuild her empire after being betrayed not only by Eazy, but allegedly By her own circle? And let's not forget Papoose. His silence has been deafening, but what happens when he finally speaks? Will he defend her, or will he walk away forever? The question now isn't just about loyalty. It's about survival. Is Remy's career over, or is she about to flip this entire scandal on its head with her own counterattack? I want you to weigh in right now. Should Remy be forgiven or finished? Was Eazy justified in exposing her, or did he cross a line? And most importantly, if the full video drops, is there any way for Remy to recover? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this isn't just drama, it's history unfolding in real time. Smash that like button if you were shocked. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter. Because trust me, insiders are already hinting that this storm is far from over. If you thought this was the breakdown, wait until you see the aftermath. Wait until you see the aftermath.